John Clendennen is with us, the President of Vintners Federation of Ireland, owner of Giltraps in Kinnity in County Offaly. Do you want to be able to stay up until midnight every night, John, as is in the initial draft of this new legislation, the Sale of Alcohol Bill?
Absolutely not, Matt. Categorically stating that I do not want to stay open until 12:30 every night. And I think that is reflected right across the country. If you look at how majority of pubs are trading in this day and age, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, midweek night, it's very easy to close the doors and turn off the lights and go home. From a weekend perspective, and just to pick up on your question, did you put this, Neil, in relation to where are people going? What we're seeing categorically since COVID is that people are coming out earlier and are going home earlier. And there's a number of different reasons for that. There's a change in attitude, there's a change in behaviour, but also it relates to that nighttime economy infrastructure. And there is a serious lack of transport right now in terms of trying to get home at night. We saw a lot of the public service vehicles that would have been in operation pre-COVID moved to daytime hours during the course of the pandemic, and they just haven't returned for whatever reason. So really that is a space that needs to be addressed. And I think to further that point in relation to whether it be 2:30 at the weekend or nightclubs, I've travelled the country in recent times as part of my role as president, and I certainly got no burning desire for 4, 5, 6 a.m. closing across all our...
But I think that would only be for nightclubs rather than pubs. Yes. Would you not like to have the option maybe on a Friday night and a Saturday night to stay open until 12:30? That it wouldn't be compulsory on you, that it would be up to every publican to decide if they want to shut their doors at 10 or 11 o'clock or stay open until midnight?
100% agree with you, Matt. But I think what 2:30 a.m. closing will do is essentially streamline the process that's currently there. But I think before it happens, we need to really get all of the nighttime economy stakeholders around the table to see how it can work. If you can't get a taxi home at 9 o'clock in the evening, how are you going to get a taxi home at 2 or 3 o'clock in the evening in any rural town or village? So, there's fundamental points here that need to be really trashed out and determined how they're going to be sourced. In theory, there is no one in our sector that is against the idea of later serving or later entertainment or any other description of pushing on and creating a better nighttime economy that we can all be proud of. But it needs to be resourced. It needs to see the funds followed. And right now, that plan is not there as far as we're concerned.
OK, John, we recently heard about the €10 pint in Temple Bar in Dublin. I can't imagine that Giltraps in Kinnity in County Offaly is charging €10 a pint. But what concern would you have about Diageo putting up the price of the draft products it supplies to you?
I could certainly charge €10, Matt, but I'm not too sure many would be turning up on my doorstep. And really, I think that's the problem that we face right now. We have another price point increase, and really we're at a tipping point. Pubs are up and down the country have absorbed a lot of the costs that have came our way. Since January 1st, we've seen increases in labour costs, and we wouldn't for one second refuse anyone or go against any sort of policy that would see more money in people's pockets. But someone has to pay for it, and no different to your headline news item where the cost of Diageo has had to increase the cost of their pint because of input costs. We're no different. Our input costs have gone up, and over the course of the last number of years, there's been a vast amount of diversification in our trade, whether it be investment in outdoor areas or putting on live entertainment or sport or whatever else. And all that erodes the bottom line. So costs are currently at a stage where our members are gasping for air, whether it be the cost of labour, whether it be cost of increased insurance, and now increased cost of suppliers, while at the same time dealing with the frustration and anxiety of how can we hand over these additional costs to our consumer and ensure that it's not a tipping point that will deter people from visiting the pub.
John Clendennen, President of the VFI and owner of Giltraps in Kinnity, County Offaly, and Sunil Sharp from the Give Us a Night campaign. Thank you both for being with us.
The Last Word with Matt Cooper. Weekdays from 4:30. Today